Punitive Damages Incorporated, guys, by Tobin Lee Milwee. Today is the 3rd of April, 2022. Putin's YouTube channel, Tiger's PayPal link. It's my name on the PayPal account, Toby Milwee. TOBI-MILLWE. Can't spell my own name. And welcome to Punitive Damages Incorporated. You know, it pisses me off that the CDC did all that dictating over their patent issue, which was WO 2020-06-06-06 patent. It was all that dictating. All that dictating. But they never said anything about what they launder. The weapons and dope and the money. So anyways, let's just read here for a moment. The CDC, guys, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. National Center for Health Statistics, guys. Drug overdose deaths in the U.S. top 100,000 annually. For immediate release, November 17th, 2 days after my birthday, 2021. The CDC National Center for Health Statistics Office Communication Number. Data from the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics indicate that there were an estimated 100,306 drug overdose deaths in the United States during a 12-month period ending in April of 2021, guys. Now, I'm going to be getting a new report on this, and we're going to see that all that dictating really didn't save lives, okay? An increase of 28.5% from the 78,056 deaths during the same time period the year before. The new data documents the estimated overdose deaths from opiates increased to 75,673 in the 12-month period ending in April 2021. Well, we know that there's fentanyl in everything nowadays, okay? But there's never any fentanyl in their food, okay? Primarily fentanyl, okay? This isn't a drug, guys. This is poison that they put in their Afghanistan heroin and stuff. Now, I've seen it when I lived in Denver, Colorado, man. Excuse me. I've seen it in Denver, Colorado. Okay. There was no homeless people, man. In about a week's period. Gone. And I didn't see one news article or any dictating about that. Let's just get those people out of our way, see? And they sit back and make money off of it. And the shit doesn't care what color you are, okay, or what race you are, or what you believe in. It just takes you out. If you're a veteran and fought for America or not. If you're on their side or not. There's fentanyl in everything. Even the marijuana, the LSD, and the shit that's right here in Spearfish, South Dakota. But the police have rubber bullets and tear gas that they had just ordered into their police station here. And I have proof of that. And you know, my friend last night, I went to go see my buddy Dave. And I ate me some steak, and I happened to show up at the right moment, man. And I got me some nice, clean pants from Dave to do some work in. It actually really fit me, too. I can sit down, you know what I'm saying? He read off the size to me. And, you know, when I was a kid, it was hard for me to even get pants like that would fit like that. Really? Okay. Every time I sat down when I was a kid, my pants would do like Steve Urkel, okay? On Family Matters, you know. They'd be way up my ankle. I can't even pull them up my ankle. We're off today, so and we have some changes going on, living arrangements. So we got people moving out and we got people moving in. So that's that. So it says here methamphetamine, guys, Adolf Hitler, genocide, and stuff right here. It's right in front of you. Now, we had that war on drugs with Ronald Reagan, and it seems like another lost battle to me. And if I can't smoke my marijuana in this state like people voted for with a recreational, with walk in and give them your United States currency and walk out with your weed like Colorado with the green plus sign, okay, it was voted in by the people here. And then they figured out how they can make money off of it and then still kind of point at the people are bad. They like that corruption around here with their highway patrol and their sheriff's department. And I'm well aware of that shit. that there's crooked police and crooked corruption everywhere in our country. So saving lives and all your dictating with the coronavirus isn't going to bend me over and screw me here. I know for a fact that they're trying to get rid of the people in many different ways. We got off-grid desert farming with Paul and Adrian up there talking about an EMF meter. I seen that on Stephen Ben-Hanoun's stuff 2 years ago on Israeli News Live. They have weapons that you cannot see, kind of like 5G and microwaves. The Learn to Earn app on the Google Play Store. It's an orange and white icon. That's what I call it. Download that and read about American Tower Corporation and what 5G supports. It's called microwave phone towers. When I started my YouTube channel with Tiger was a kitten, or a little bit over that, we got up into this state in June of 2018, and I seen American Tower Corporation right on the side of the road. Or there's going to be a slugfest for 5G and these phone carriers. Why doesn't it say what carrier on the phone tower? Why is there power going up that pole and all these plates around the top of it? And why is there electronic magnetic frequencies being dished out? Because you're not allowed to tell the truth. Okay, now so let's just go on here a little bit about the CDC here. So I'm going to back up here. Overdose deaths from synthetic opiates, primarily fentanyl. So the FDA ain't doing shit. Okay, and pharmaceuticals stimulants, such as methamphetamine, also increased in the 12-month period ending in April. Cocaine deaths also increased, as did deaths from natural semi-synthetic opiates. I'm just going to mention it right now. You know what I'm saying? I could smoke weed and I just stick to that. I could drink and I could just stick to that. I could do crystal meth and I could just stick to that. Even till these days. But never would I take and have enough money to be able to support 3 or 4 habits. I could smoke cigarettes and maybe smoke weed too. I can smoke cigarettes and maybe, you know what I'm saying? But what they're doing for the Chinese is they're making it look like we're just having a big old party over here. And when you die and they finally test you, guess what happens? It looks like you've been doing cocaine and all this other shit too. Like we have a smorgasbord of drugs that we intake. Like we're just balling over here because China sits on all of our money. And now they're talking about a new world order. They're talking about a new world leading currency. China was the first country to ever make a crypto digital currency. Okay, now everybody's followed that. Amazon, Bitcoin, come on, man. Let's not be dumb. Dogecoin, you know what I'm saying? Spell token, all that stuff is nothing but a way to take your money and get it out of your control. There's a Bitcoin machine up over here at the Valley Corner, exit 10, I-90, Spearfish, South Dakota. A Bitcoin machine. I put $3 in there and I can't cash that out until I get an address that's accurate and everything else. But boy, it sure sucked that money up quick. I go to the bank and my name's spelled Toby with an I on my birth certificate and Toby with a Y on my social security card. I'm not allowed to open a bank account. The guys I'm working with, once you go cash a check, their ID's expired, you're not allowed to have your paycheck. So we can see right now they're rolling out the microchip. They're rolling out the new world in currency. And like I was talking to Dave last night, I says, hey, I said, when we get our money turned out for another exchange of currency, they haven't fixed none of the problems that ran the dollar into debt, like the wars, the manufacturing, and to increase the value of your money. They haven't done shit to fix any of that stuff. Even with Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and now Joe Biden, all 3 presidents gave away money. Pretty much during their campaign or their administration. That's the word I'm looking for. They all 3 gave away money. Now, I'm 49 years old, and half my life they've been giving money away in America, and they have not yet to return manufacturing whatsoever, except for shit like this. Where is the CDC, the FDA, to make sure people don't get hooked to all this stuff? 100,000 people between April and April has increased during the lockdowns. Well, I guess it's a conspiracy. We're angry and we don't like them. We had to pay taxes and we're just upset about it, me and my cats. Got to bomb somebody's ass. Oh well. We're Americans, right? So, anyways, it says here that fentanyl, okay, and you could see the increase after all that dictating the CDC did. Where is Anthony Stephen Fauci going to talk about the illegal dope? Does he have an advisor like the president to make him sure that you're not allowed to say that in your freedom of speech and all this and that? John F. Kennedy used his freedom of speech, and you see what happened. Okay, Abraham Lincoln freed the Negroes, and you saw what happened. Okay, they were slaughtered in front of their wives. Each name had 6 letters to it, 7 letters in each name. Each of them entered Congress in the 55th year. You know what I'm saying? One was shot in a Ford Lincoln, and the assassin ran into a movie theater. And one was shot in Ford's theater, and the man took off to a warehouse. John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. It's a 100-year centennial that there is a creator, I would think. Even the natives and all this stuff, my dad said cursed this country. No, it cursed itself. It's going to die within. And this is kind of where the death is coming to, where you could see there's a genocide issue taking place right here. Now, Zelensky's up there talking about genocide in the Ukraine, and they're dragging bodies. If you were at Tyson's beef packing plant and a cow fell off the chain, you're not allowed to drag that animal in front of people. They have to shut down the line, and everybody has to go sit in the cafeteria and wait for them to drag that animal. It's not allowed to be seen. Now, they're actually up here on CNN dragging people's bodies. Okay. Shit's changed since I was a kid, that's for sure. So I want to make sure that you see these fentanyl deaths, okay? How great it is again, and all that stuff. It's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton. Are they all related to the Rothschilds? It seems like they could be to me. The new data documents that were estimated overdose deaths from opiates increased to 75,673 in the same 12-month period, in the 12-month period ending in April. Now, see, we're going to have a new report for 2022 of April that's going to be over 100,000. After all this dictating, after all that dictating, and they care about you so much, why don't they ever talk about that? Because they launder the dope, they launder the weapons, and they launder the money. And it still ain't done shit for our deficit. It's about 31 trillion right now. Everybody in the country is $92,000 in the hole. Even a brand new baby that's 5 seconds old right now is $92,000 in the hole. And this is what you got because they care about your ass so much. Don't say it. Steve Ben-Nun yesterday on Israeli News Live put up a video about what's going on with the crystals in the caves and stuff, and about the satanic entities that are out there with forest rangers. You got military in your national parks here. You have to go camping with. There ain't no more Yogi Bear. There Army National Guards over there with special ops. Make sure that you don't get murdered in Yellowstone and the Grand Canyon and a park in Colorado. It's called human sacrificing. So they don't care about you, man. They have to keep some shit under the carpet, like this. Why? Because it's conspiracy theories shit. We have to have something to do. Because we don't build shit, and we don't increase the value of our money. People need to wake up and understand that they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about the people. They never did. They hid the truth. They concealed things because they have an agenda to fulfill. And it's in every Bible. Every Bible, it's in there. Every one of them. It's in the Bible. It's in every written testimony that you could point at on the face of this world about how they don't care about the people. Okay. So here is April 2021. We're going to have a fresh report about how many up it goes. Kind of like your gas prices and your excuses and your nonsense and your conspiracy theories. So it just goes up and up and up, don't it? I saw a guy today on YouTube that was doing 156 miles an hour in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I didn't even know they had a Six Flags Magic Mountain there. The lady's up there saying my kid died. He didn't die here. I don't understand it. She goes, well, of course you don't. You don't die here. Okay. You go in the soul of the Messiah, or you stay wandering around, but you do not die here. There's a place called hell that you go through before you die. So here's some synthetic opiates, and that's for the FDA. They didn't. Why didn't you guys all take those pills and get hooked to that shit? Because they made money off your ass, and they ruined lives over that, and they separated families over that, because you have no right to assemble in a war. The FTRA, the Juggalo family, the Rainbow family, the all the biker gangs, everybody has been blown apart because shocked us, because of their agenda that they need to fulfill for Lucifer. Methamphetamine, another Hitler problem. Cocaine, another Maduro problem. See? And when you do crystal meth around here, it's got cocaine, fentanyl, all this shit in it. It's just not allowed. And when I want to buy marijuana and dream at night, and people vote for something, you get fucked out of it. Don't vote. See that Donald Trump, right? Don't vote. Because they don't keep their word now, do they? Okay, so it says here, nationally, and they'll figure out a way to jump through the hoops. Nationally, in each jurisdiction, a U.S. map of the percentage changes in provisional drug overdose deaths for the current 12-month ending period compared with the 12-month ending period the same month of the previous year. So anyways, we'll have a number for you here in April about how much lives they saved and how they cared about you and you and your children and stuff. This morning at 2 a.m., there was a shooting in Sacramento. The unrest will increase. You heard about the Sacramento shooting yet? Have you heard about the kid doing 156 miles an hour on I-20 in Dallas, Fort Worth? Have you heard about that yet? Have you looked at Whistle and Diesel and see how much stuff that kid's got to destroy? I wish I had a school bus. I wish somebody would contribute. I wish I didn't have to sit here with less than 100 people for 3-4 years, man. It's not allowed to tell the truth. It's not allowed to have you speculate and say, hey, all that dictating. Okay. All that dictating. It's right here. Okay. And this phone data isn't worth shit. You get 22 gigabytes of high-speed data with AT&T. And you know what? I think that's going to be our next video. Because I don't see them talking about in the commercials how they cut their fucking data down by over 175 gigabytes a month. You know, it's some bullshit and a lot of false advertisement in this country. And it just sickens me, man. This shit doesn't even want to pull up. Why isn't Fossey up there dictating about this shit? Why isn't Fossey up there talking about that, man? Because they had to get you to keep believing what Bill Gates created, and our Army and National Guard put it in production. And you're going to find out when you lose your freedom and your money and your country, like the Roman Empire, that we cared about you here, man. Don't fucking do drugs and don't vote. Because the other people totally cornered. We're out.